welcome back. Here we are in the artisanal district of Basel, and what we need to do is check the board over here and see if there's a 4 SPG. Apparently it's part of the main story though, so can't avoid it.
Let's see what we've got.
Not that I would anyway, you know me. Looks like we got a 4 SPG. School of Hard Knocks. There's a professor I look up to as a mentor of sorts, but I just can't do this anymore. Tried to gather evidence to prove he's been abusing his power over others. And so I want to get verbal testimony. I don't want this to blow up, so I haven't spoken with the guild or the cops. I'd like to request a careful investigation from you guys. Anonymous. School of Hard Knocks. Huh. This one's real serious sounding. Yeah, and I understand why they don't want to go to the guild or the police about it. I really hope we can help them while we're here. We might learn more about what's going on in the Institute while we're working on it too. That'd be 2 birds with 1 stone. Makes sense. Sounds harmless to me, but what's your take? Barry brought up a good point. We can get some info on the Institute while we work this case. Pretty vague, though. They didn't give their name or the professor they're accusing. Really going out of their way to make our job difficult. Naming names in this case may result in the professor or other parties threatening the whistleblower. I believe our client just prefers to err on the side of caution. Yeah, that tracks. Fair enough. Rosette, can you handle recording our convos? Certainly. We gotta be careful who we talk to about this, though. Client doesn't want word of this getting out. Let's start with people unrelated to the Institute. That way we don't accidentally hit a nerve. That makes sense to me. I imagine there will be plenty of those here in the artisanal district. Let's get started.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
I was thinking in between the parts, though. Just what was said down here. It reminded me of a little incident in the Burl that happened. Like here, Alex was telling me all about you, you're awfully interested. No, not that bit. No, not that bit. No. I want the other bit where it's like stuff was turning off essentially, or breaking or something like that. And then I was thinking about we've had power fluctuations and the orbital net has gone down slightly. It got slower. That implies servers have gone offline. Maybe there's some kind of phenomena that might be taking place, but slightly more localized. Not a big outage of orbital power, just a little bit. And then it makes me think, what are the Institute actually up to? Could they be investigating certain things? Yes. Yes, right, let's check down here. So I want to keep an eye on that, obviously. That's actually, thinking about it, that's 2 things Sky-related that I've thought about recently while we're here. Because we've got Renne and the Quatre character that's turned up. Now, there could be something maybe like cult-related there. Maybe that's what Van was thinking about. You may have noticed the theory part of me is like kicked in gear now. It's like, yeah, there's something going on there that could be like cult-related with Renne, and Van knows what's going on there. Then you could have the orbital shutdown phenomena. Could be being replicated, or maybe they've got a device or something that causes such things. Maybe that's something going on there. That's what I'm thinking there. Interesting for me, anyway. I imagine for you. Hopefully for you. Myself. Why can't I do the... Oh, I see. He mentioned that he's a member of the Artisans Guild. He might have some dealings with the Institute himself. Yeah, guessing it'll be easier to get info on him than somebody higher up the food chain. Yeah, because I was like, why can't I do the topic? I'll try talking to him again. It's like, oh, because of what he said, now they're realizing they can do the topic. Got it. Got it.
Let me ask you something.
Doesn't ring a bell. Sorry, my son is studying at the Institute, and he's never told me anything like that. That doesn't prove it one way or the other, of course. I just haven't heard about it. Did he tell you about any other stuff? Anything helps. Well, Sometimes I do hear about people in the same lab butting heads over funding. Heard these grumblings about two professors going at it even. Seems like a pretty stressful place. With all the greed and infighting over projects, it sounds like it's got everybody at each other's throats. That makes sense, yeah. That might be what started the harassment. Do you know which professor specifically? I really can't remember, sorry. Feel like there was at least one of Professor Hamilton's students involved. But that's all I've got. I see. I wonder if the professor was jealous of someone else, or someone envied them instead. Well, thanks for the info all the same. It's like, the bit that doesn't really stand out for me, theory-wise, is the legs over here. It's like, well, of course Calvert would be building their own kind of mechs. It's like, that would make sense. It's like, yeah, in response to Erebonia, they'd build their own. It's like, yeah. Yeah. So it's like, I don't think that's related yet in terms of theories, based on what we know so far. That just seems normal. It's not easy working product. Right, so we need the bit where they notice. This guy works in product procurement, huh? Don't think he's working for the Institute, but he might know a thing or two about them. Wouldn't hurt to ask. Bring up topic.
Talk?
A professor abusing their assistants. Well, I'm not sure why you're asking me specifically about it, to be honest. I just work in Vern's procurement division. I don't attend the Institute or work with them directly at all. We know, and that's exactly the angle we want. Word travels, you know? I get that. I haven't really heard anything about it, though. Sorry. Vern and the Institute are very closely linked, though, and that does create conflicts of interest sometimes. I may not have heard about it, but it is believable. It's very possible the two sides are stressing each other out. Could you tell us a bit more about how Vern and the Institute work together? The Vern Company awards grants to the Institute of Science to research and develop new products on their behalf. That allows the Vern Company to curate their products with research from the Institute's experts. Oh wow, that's really neat. If I recall, Vern can trace its roots back to the old Artisans Guild and to the Institute itself. I always figured they worked well together because of that. They did. Past tense. Oh. They had good relations while their senior advisor was still there. Alas, she left Basil some time ago. Now Vern and the Institute hardly collaborate at all. It's every project for itself. Maybe that horse hat in charge scared her off. Thanks for the info. That helps a lot. I think that's all there is to see in the artisanal district. We should check out Newtown next. Since we cannot use the aerotram, we will have to either walk or drive there. Let's take a walk. It'll help us get more acquainted with the city and its people. You gotta be kidding me, walk is a pain in the arse. Well, I, for one, think a stroll would be lovely. Me too. Let's make our way to the bridge then. Let's make our way to the bridge then. Yep, there's the Newtown travel location. Stairs. Now, I'm trying to think, like, what would you call the yellow barrier? I mean, I know Lloyd would be like, that's something to get over, but, you know. Hello. Even the locals barely use it. That's because most either go by car or use the aerotram. Why would you go by car? Why would you go by car? It's not that. I mean, I know the scale of the city is probably meant to be much bigger, but in terms of that distance, there's no reason to go by car. Like, just walk. Just walk. Like, it's barely a distance. You rode the aerotram, right? How was it? Had the best view, but it was a little scary too. I didn't think there'd be a difference in ranks. Have you never used the aerotram in the past, Van? Nah, I got to ride it when I came here a couple of years ago. Just had a regular old ticket. From what I hear, security within the city's undergone a massive overhaul. Why? After the war, the government ordered a total reform. Oh. Makes sense. I thought maybe it was something else going on, you know. I don't find it surprising that they would want to be very careful with an experimental city that is very nearly a national secret. Okay, but tell me how that puts us at a lower rank than a bunch of kids here on a school trip. I don't think it's that they're high. I think it's more that we're low. Still, it's not a big deal. As long as we can drive. By the way, pretty sure we'll eventually bump into your classmates. You okay on that end? I'm fine. I've explained things to them for the most part. They might happen upon some info before us, so if we see them, let's make a point to ask. Very well. Because yeah, like, I suppose, like, if you've got bad legs or something like that, you couldn't use the stairs. So the aerotram makes sense. So let's think, like, aerotram or walking makes sense to me. Car, though? Like, you gotta think, like, say you live, like, up there. Like, right above his head right now. It's like, you get in your car, you've got to drive to where's the... That's not what I want. I wanted the, map for the other location. I need to go look now.
Off we go.
I need to think about this. Like, why would you use a car? Right, so let's go from here. Right? Like, so, why is he parked there anyway? Where was the inn? Right, so the inn entrance. Okay. So, this is just for my curiosity. Like, from the inn entrance, you get in your car, and you have to drive down there. Like, just looking at the landscape here. This is obviously going to then swing around and under, I assume. Like, it's a ramp down. I need to go have a look, don't I? I need to go have a look, but I'm assuming that's what it is. Whereas, from here, you can just go down some stairs, and then down the stairs, and then down the stairs. And then you're at the bridge. From here, you can also go to the aerotram. So, like, from here, you can either go... Let's go back to...
Fine with me.
It'll be Aaron, actually. You can go down there, and then down those stairs, and then across that bridge. And then you're there. It's not that far. Here, you have to then come out, get in your car, start it up, and then start to drive down here. By the time you've got a little bit down there, you've already made it to the bridge from this point, so it's like, it's not that much of a distance. But... say you've got a bad back or a bad leg or something like that. Like you need to use the aerotram. It's right here. That's lovely. It's very much nearby. Very well thought out. I like that. I like that a lot. It's like, yeah, you can just get on the tram quite lovely. Even has ramps rather than steps to get on. That's lovely. That's great. Well done. Well thought out. It's more a case of what I'm doing right now is just seeing how well Falcom thought this out. It's like, okay, so you come down here in your car. And you head down there, and yeah, it goes around. I assume there's a ramp down. But there's even like a barrier. You have to go through the barrier, so you have to wait. It's not like you can go super fast. You have to go slow, especially because it's a residential area. You have to go slow. That would be a factor. It's not like, hey, 100 miles per hour, boom, let's go. No, you gotta go really slow. This guy's got the right idea. You could take your bike. You take your bike? Mate. I was gonna say that's a good idea. It's like you need a ramp, you need like a bike path, like ow, like do coming down here, unless you came across through here on your bike.
Don't think I've seen you before.
Even then, mate, that's gonna hurt. You've not got any suspension or anything going on there. That's really gonna hurt. Damn, dude. So, oh, that took me further along. Huh. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah, you go round in the tunnel and down, and it's gonna bring you out over. Where's it gonna bring you out? So we need to figure this out. As we come out here, we're already here now. It's gonna bring you out over here, and then you need to find a place to park, which may not necessarily be this parking spot, because I'm assuming this parking location is for Vern, so you need to find a place to park. While this is all happening, you trying to find a place to park, maybe down there somewhere or something like that. You're already walking about, if you're walking. You're already going around, going in the shops and everything, like in the store, going down there. Oh, what's down there? Ooh. Hey, you're already wandering about, aren't you? So, I don't know. Like, from both locations, even the aerotram's, like, greatly positioned. The slowest way, to me, based on everything there, seems to be the car. I know you love cars, Van, but that is clearly the slowest way to get here. Even the guy on the bike, even though it would hurt, he could get here much faster. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what are we doing? Let's go check on this stuff. Alright, so we've already spoken to you. Ah, she's an office worker in Newtown. Average Joes like her can have better info than meets the eye. Let's talk to her and see what we get. It's just reminded me that just what I was doing then reminds me of when I was thinking about the timetable for the buses.
Right.
In Crossbell. It's like, occasionally I'm just like, how do things work? How have Falcom thought this out? And again, it's like, I'd say with the position of the aerotram, it's very central to that area up there. It's like, that makes sense. That's a very good idea. Okay. And again, here, it's very central. Nice park area. It's near the store. It's near where you can buy, like, your meds and stuff. It's like, that makes sense. It's just very, very, very good idea. Very, very, very good idea. It's like, very nice. Very nice, very nice. What are we doing? Where?
Can we talk?
Harassment? Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me. I've heard some nasty things about some specific professors at the Institute. Any by name? Really? I won't name names, but I've heard a thing or two from a friend of mine. She's a researcher at one of the labs there. And every night they're sleeping at the labs after unpaid overtime. One little mistake during the day and they got torn to shreds. And they say it's considered normal there. That's not normal. You just work until you drop. You're not going to do your best work. My friend, she told me one night that she was having suicidal thoughts. Oh no. I had to talk her out of it. That's horrible. Does the Institute know about their working conditions? Oh, they do, but it's fear that rules the roost there. The Institute's senior professors are like celebrities in their own right. Nobody can touch them. That is not healthy at all. They control whether or not you have a career in this town. Vern, my own company, everybody. They all go through the Institute's pipeline. Huh. Out of curiosity, who do you work for? This Orbital goods supplier? They've got a license from Vern to sell their goods. So it's not like I can speak up about it because... And there goes my career. Word travels fast. Yeah, that tracks. Vern and the Institute might as well be Basil. If you speak up and you're never working in this town again. I can only hope we find a way to right this injustice. Yeah. Again, that's not healthy working conditions. You just won't work well in that situation. You just won't. How did I miss so many dots? Was there not this many dots previously? When we last did the rounds? Like, huh. Let's check the red triangle down here. What's that on the list over there? I want to see what it says. This building is... Ah, thank you. So, Pinus River Software, Epstein, Zeiss. Hey! An Office Roughwood? Roughwood. It's the top one and the bottom one. I'm like, not heard of you. LaBelle, ZCF, and the Epstein Foundation, eh? The Foreign Tech Foundation established using your great-grandfather's cash, right? With how famous it is even in the Republic, it's kind of funny that it's been dumped over in the corner like this. You're so rude, Aaron. It's fine. But before, all the big buildings were part of the Foundation's branch here. Indeed, as part of their downsizing in the Republic, they moved to this location. Its performance in other countries remained stable, but with tech going the way it is, it's only natural there'd be a dip in business. Right, with the Zephyr. What was it before again? I think they're doing the rounds underground. Ramda, 5th gen, co-developed by Vern and Epstein. What the 6th gen would look like sparked a hell of a lot of conversation both before and after the war. Then they went and pulled what even the Empire's Rheinfeld company didn't dare do. Cut the Foundation out of the equation. It caused some pushback across the continent at first, but now their technology is well on the road to being available to the public. And they'll do anything to keep themselves in their current favorable position. I would imagine even use Marduk for practical testing. Though perhaps it isn't my place to weigh in on the matter. You got that right. And the one pushing that as a national policy is... Yep. So ZCF was the one that developed airships, right? Yes, they're a facility located in Zeiss, in Lebel. You can find their products all across the Republic. Things like communications equipment or household goods.
Being a friendly nation, they do have a cooperative enough partnership with Verne, I suppose.
Oh, hello there.
Hiya, Van and friends.
Hello.
And look at you go on, yes. Hard at work, I see.
We heard what you were doing earlier. You're researching with your co-workers as part of your visitation, yeah? I am. Hope you don't mind me going off on my own. Well, she's putting the work in. You guys have business here? We do. I have personal connections with ZCF and the Foundation, you see. So I thought this would be the perfect place to get a first-hand look at the International Technological Exchange. Well, she said. I think. As someone from the Empire, it's a topic I personally can't get enough of. And I heard they make memory quartz for films and stuff. How could I not want to come? How nice. I'm sure there will be an endless amount of information to absorb there. Just leave this part to us. We'll be sure to write up a report for you. But you better nab us some sweet scoops in exchange.
What are students doing here? Oh, of course. The educational visitation.
We didn't mean to crowd up the path. Wait, I've seen him before. I think I recognize him too. I'm sure you do. He is rather famous. Greetings, Professor. My name is Renne Bright. I've heard all about you from a certain other professor.
Ah, I didn't realize you were studying abroad here.
Cronkite.
Cronkite. I believe this is our first time meeting in person.
I like that streak of grey or white in your hair. Very nice.
I found your papers fascinating, I must say. Welcome to Basel.
Huh. Papers? It's an honor to have my work read by such a brilliant mind. Might I trouble you for some time to chat in the near future?
I would welcome the chance, though I'll have to pass on speaking at length with your classmates. Now, I am a busy man, I'm afraid, so if you don't mind, I will bid you farewell.
Well, that stick couldn't be farther up his arse, but he's got the chops to back it up. Yeah, his background is Eastern, right? And that was Professor Jan Cronkite, the young genius carrying the Republic's engineering community on his shoulders. He's been presenting groundbreaking tech across all kinds of fields since before the war 2 years ago. Oh, now that you mention it, I think I saw him in the Tyrell Times. He's said to be a genius, the likes of which we haven't seen since Professor Hamilton. But how are you connected to someone like him, Rhett? I believe the others are waiting, so how about we go? Don't be late for the meetup, Agnes. Otherwise, I'll have to give you a good spanking. I know. Have fun leading everyone. Hold on, Ren. Don't think you can get away with not answering. Well then, good luck at work. Shall we? Yes, let's give this our all. Alright, I was gonna check the list here, but it's like we already had that as a result. We'll leave doing the rounds until we've sorted this. I mean, I hope, anyway. Because that's the issue, it's like I need the 4 SPG done. Cars. Wow, there's so many cars. I had heard about its capacity, but it's very impressive seeing it in person. Welcome to Automotive Heaven. The Motor Pavilion, where all the big manufacturers strut their stuff before they hit the market. Vern's big here, naturally. They got a bunch of makes under their wing. Lino, Ingert, Red Star, and ETWS. That's your big four. This is where they show off all their latest models and greatest stuff. And for gearheads like me, it's both a peek at the new model year and a chance to yoink some of their ideas for our own projects. Whenever I come to Basel, you bet I hit this place up every time. The most important place in the city, full stop. And that's great, Grandpa. Now, let's get you home. I see. I do hear that the four manufacturers compete with each other a lot. That they have their own specialities, but nonetheless push each other to innovate. Yeah. Competition breeds innovation. Does that factor into the showroom too? Oh yeah. These guys are ruthless. They all specialize in different things, but when markets collide, you bet they're at each other's throats. And that's good for the consumer. Yeah. Lino and Ingert, especially. They both manufacture their cars here in Basel. So they headhunt and poach from each other like nobody's business. We get time to kill? I highly recommend stopping by here and shooting the shit with the salespeople. They might convert you. Helios, kill me. Or him. His passion for cars is already evident with his truck. It's natural that he'd be drawn here. Again, it's a van now. We might as well take a look, now that we're already here. Yeah, let's have a look at like the different car makes we've got here. And there's essentially Van's truck, which then became a van. Oh, I like they got little logos for all of them as well. I wonder what they're actually based on. I do like these little truck things, like the little vans. It's like, it's very, very nimble, very, very tight roads. They'd be perfect for delivering stuff. You got the big old lorry there.
Wow, check out these cars! There's so many, and they all look so different. Here, you'll find the latest models from...
That a red star over there? Damn, that's sexy.
It's the best, ain't it? If looks could kill, I'd be dead right now.
Van is definitely in his element here.
So, that was nothing to do with the quest.
I see.
Yeah, I see. Dum dum dum.
Let's
Right, mate.
relax.
Welcome. We've already spoken to you, so... A Roman cafe, huh? Bet it's popular with the eggheads at the Institute. A common watering hole such as this would be a good place to gather information. Just noticed that waterfall in the distance. Much better than the waterfalls we saw in Cold Steel, isn't it? Like, much better. It feels more natural, more real. Like, yeah, good. Anyway, topic.
Let me ask you something.
Workplace harassment. Haven't heard anything about that, sorry. My clientele are a lot more mellow. The faculty I get are pretty kind, actually. They treat their students and understudies to meals sometimes. Okay. Huh? Who specifically? That might help us narrow things down. So, Professor O'Reilly, Associate Professor Tane, and Professor Callahan, too, but he hasn't been around in a while. They always look pooped, like on death's door, seriously. But when I talk to them, they all come across as normal, upstanding people. Oh, so they're just covering for the man, is what you're saying. You'd be the judge of that. But I have noticed that some researchers from this specific lab have looked really down in the dumps as of late. Workplace harassment would explain that. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but that lab's professor might have something to do with it. Well, if anything comes to mind, please let us know. Well, I'm sure I'm just overthinking things, but thanks, I'll let you know. Feels like there's more to the story than that. Does he not want to snitch, or does he not believe it? I see, thank you for sharing with us. I'd say we've seen everything there is to see in Newtown. That said, Looks like we'll have to go to the Institute for that request from the assistant. And what about the professor abusing his power, eh? Doesn't seem like something outsiders like us should get in the middle of. But I'm concerned since it was posted as a 4 SPG. Wonder if we can find a way for all of us to get into the Institute. Like with the Aerotram, access requires rank C certification or higher. Be nice if we could have Alsame put on the pressure and get our ranks raised, but that won't work here. Not enough time. So how about we go have a little talk? With who? Ah, the kiddo from earlier. He wasn't as bad about it as the CEO, but he still had his doubts about us. Well, if pushing doesn't work, we just gotta pull. So thanks for being our go-between, Anyas. Oh, for what? Between you and Quattro? You got it. You guys seem to hit it off. Guessing it's because you're so close in age. He'll be up for talking to you. Just make it seem like you got problems and he can solve them. Oh, I don't think I'll need to go that far. I'm sure if I'm just honest and upfront with him, he'll listen. But I am happy to help. Once things settle down, I'll give him a call on my Zifa. Girl doesn't have a clue, huh? It is quite charming how unaware she is of her appeal. I don't really get what you're saying, but I know we can count on Anyas to handle this. Oh, fairy. To advance the main story, select Contact Quattro from the travel menu. Oh. Well, that's very much at this point. We should do the rounds and make sure we get that other 4 SPG looked at, shouldn't we? Yes.
Convenient nowadays. Operated by the city of Basel.
Welcome to the Aerotram platform, offering services throughout
When
Basel
boarding the
and its
Aerotram, please have
facilities.
your authentication card
You have a
ready and
D-rank
follow the
certification card, I see. I'm
instructions
sorry, but this Aerotram is unavailable to D-rank riders. My apologies, but for your safety purposes, we cannot permit you to board. Like, what does that card even get us into? If not the Aerotram. I've not seen anything else that's like, oh, you need a card for this. It's like, nope. And they have just all sorts of stuff here. You can't tell it's the only Vern products by how much they have at company stores or something else. I'm not buying any of the bigger stuff. That's all out of my budget. But just browsing is fun in its own right. My husband works at a workshop, so sometimes I browse the shelves for stuff he tells me about from work. Oh. Welcome to Vern Plaza. We're managed directly by the Vern Company, so we've got stuff your other Vern retailers might not. Our first-party management also lets us put in direct orders for you, among other special services. It's one of the many benefits that come with being right here in Vern's backyard. It's proved a big hit with customers here. We're looking to expand this business model too. We want to open up first-party Vern stores all across the country for the best customer experience. I mean, give it a try.
Hello there.
We haven't really got anything we can use there.
Hello there.
Ooh, we'll have that. Azure. Zifa cover for Aaron. And an Excel watch for Dingo. And a Vern cap. I'll buy one. I won't equip it,
See you again.
but I'll buy it. You never know, I might use it later. We should see about the to-do.
planner.
Yeah, we'll give that to Aaron.
I'll take that.
Lovely. Strength up to 10, lovely.
Thanks, Van.
Oh, I was hoping we'd get Dingo maxed out there.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. It wouldn't hurt to take just a quick little peek inside this store, would it? I don't know when they're coming. I need to just take my mind off them while I still can. Them. Yeah, what is it? Am I in your way? So sorry, I'll move. You're good, you're good. That was my bad. She would appear to be a researcher at the Institute of Science. Who were the people she was talking about? I'm kind of curious, yeah. Phew. Focus, Athena, focus. Gotta get this terminal checked out. I have no clue when they're coming. Need to try and take my mind off them while I have the chance. Yeah, it's gonna be somehow related then. So like someone's coming. Where's the door? There. There's like, there has to be a door around somewhere. Alright, you alright, mate? I've worked here at the Epstein Foundation for years and years now. I remember before our exclusivity agreement, we ended up in patent litigation with the Vern Company. And then we were ordered to scale back our operations and move buildings. But that cooperation was what put Basil on the map to begin with. It was all thanks to the research that Professor Hamilton brought back with her. They can't just tear our teams apart after all the projects we developed together. It's not fair. You had no idea. So why? They had to have had a reason, right? Sounds like Vern got dragged kicking and screaming. But you know, there's no point moping about the past. You gotta play with the hand you're dealt, yeah? You're right, yes. It's just difficult to stay motivated, especially when my own pet project's been stuck in limbo. Sometimes I wonder if I'd been better off just finding a cabin somewhere and fishing for the rest of my days. Oh no. Well, I'm not gonna stop you. I do hope his fortunes change. Oh, I do hope his fortunes change, but not fishing. To think we were all working together just a couple of years ago and now it's all done. I appreciate the sympathy from the ZCF folks, but man, I just can't find the motivation anymore. Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off just finding a cabin somewhere and fishing for the rest of my days. No. That sounds quite bad. Quite bad to me. I mean, it would do, but you know. Welcome to Cerise Drugs. We've got all your medicinal needs, from OTCs to prescriptions from all the big manufacturers. I personally recommend the products made from Remiferi and Vern Company's joint venture. They're wonderfully effective. With them, you get the best of both worlds, Remiferi's cutting-edge medicine and Vern's low costs. They may be a startup, but their quality speaks for itself. If you're in need of medicine, give them a shot. Huh. Hello. A granola bar? I do like a good granola bar, I do. Where? There you are. Dinero. Bleh, I'm getting distracted. Gotta finish up my errands for the night. I need some detergent and canned foods. My folks are out of town for work, so I gotta clean the place up before they get back. I don't want to think about what they'll do if I forget. Though they went off on me before anyway. If you want us off your back, then land a job and stay there. Can't argue with that, but man. Oh dear. Alright, so just the dots in there and everything. We'll do over there first. There's fewer dots.
Why not stay here and relax?
I don't think the others are back yet.
Oh, that was it? Okay. So, Animus Academy is visiting, huh? I don't recall them doing that in previous years. Guess this year's been really good for them. Well, Basil's a wonderful place for students to learn more about engineering. Hope they see that firsthand. And big tech isn't all we have either, just look around. The geography here is simply breathtaking. It is quite lovely. Our food is well worth the trip too.
Right.
Yes. This is my first time in Basel. I'm here for work, and I gotta say, this place is every bit as futuristic as they said. Langport has its own new town, but they sure as heck don't have aerotrams or giant orbital generators. That's what the big things are, there we go. This really feels like a cutting-edge city in every sense.
Okay.
So this is the thing, if we change up the scale of everything, because obviously, as I pointed out, like this will obviously be a representation of what the city would actually be like, which is huge by comparison to actually how it is in game, I imagine. To make that clear, just bang my microphone, but as I imagine. So again, thinking about taking the car, it's like it could potentially be quicker if the ravine is actually in the real version of this, like massive, like so far. It's like, yeah, walking would not really be the most effective way, but even then, if you scaled it up, you still have to go around through the hill or the mountain to get in the tunnel and through it all, don't you? So that would actually be bigger as well. So, I don't know. I just don't know. Things to think about, though. I'm just happy where the aerotram is. That makes sense to me. Really good location for it. Welcome to the Basel Motor Pavilion. We've got the latest and greatest models from the Big Four on display. Do take a look. We've opened up displays for all new models they unveiled this autumn. It's gotten us a lot of attention from gearheads the country over. Of course, we've got models you can order today too. Take a look around and see if there's anything you like. I will. I like the design of your jumper there, or cardigan, whatever it is. They said they didn't know if there'd be an RC tournament this month. Man, and I was so ready to beat Mila this time too. Alright, Jude. Dick. Well, if there's no tourney, then I'll make my own or something. I want to challenge her again, and this time I'm gonna win. Man, there's just something about cars. Having all that power at your fingertips, feeling the wind rushing by. RC cars are cool and all, but once I'm old enough to get my license, I want to take a real car out for a spin. See, as I mentioned before, I'm very much a train person. The idea of just sitting there, like looking out the window and the countryside passing you by. Oh, it's delightful. It's delightful. You're enjoying a cup of tea while you do it. Maybe some biscuits. Oh, it's much more enjoyable to me than a car. Like, yeah. Oh, hey you two, didn't know you were coming out here. We're planning a big drive, so we figured why not. We wanted to check out those new models from autumn. Man, these things rock. Cosmetically, it doesn't look much different from my old model, but the suspension here is... Man, this thing's gonna fly right through the corners. That's Ingot for you. They know how to get the best out of their parts. And are those new tire compounds too? Haven't seen these before. They're always looking for ways to improve. As if you weren't enough of a kid in a candy store. Not knocking it though. It's like, yeah, like, I know you joke around, Aaron, but it's like, it's nice to see Van so passionate about this stuff. It's like, again, I'm very much a train person, explained why, it's just lovely, the experience. I like stations and stuff like that. I enjoy that kind of way of getting around. Cars are not my thing. But I can appreciate Van's love of the cars. It's like, no, dude, enjoy. It's like the same kind of experience I have with trains and loving trains and the journey, at least, like the experience of going on a train. Like, you enjoy cars in that regard, I imagine. So it's like, no, I get it. Like, you just enjoy, mate. Enjoy. Don't knock it, Aaron. Don't knock it. Aaron looks like he's having fun too. Probably is. This pavilion does seem to draw like-minded fans. Oh, you can take them for test drives. Ooh. My uncle was an Ingert engineer, so I'm a big Ingert fangirl too. It's like I mentioned before, like, if I get a car, I'm going to get a Mini with like a big bit on the back, so it's a mini van. Bit like how Van's van now has turned out, where it's got this big bit on the back. It's like, because I'd mainly use it just to transport things around, but I want it to be small and nimble at the same time, which is why it's like a mini van. It's like, yeah, it wouldn't really be about the ride for me or anything like that. It'd be like utility, really, utility. Anyway, my uncle was an Ingert engineer, so I'm a big Ingert fangirl too. I drive a Lino though. It's what I can afford. I really want to get a sports car though. Once I scrounge up enough mirror, I just can't wait. I saved a bit of money by buying the latest gen model, but I still had to take out a 10-year loan. Worth it though. There's nothing like having your very own speed machine. So I can't go cheating on my baby with some shinier model. I gotta break her in first. Indeed. Welcome to the Lino exhibition space. This is our flagship model here. We worked hard on the interior for this revision to try and court older drivers. It's much more comfortable inside than before. Lino's the everyone's car, yeah? I see them all over the place nowadays. When I was taking driver's ed, they stuffed me in a Lino made for newbies. Lino specializes in safety and economy rather than power or carrying capacity. See, yes, like carrying capacity would be a key thing for me. Per their slogan, they manufacture cars everyone can count on. That's the common perception, yeah. We're a big hit with families and people who need daily drivers. But that's not all we do. We make RC cars, off-roaders, and we field entries on the Z1 circuit too. We're careful not to pigeonhole ourselves into any one niche. We're growing and evolving every day. Yep, sensible. That's what we're all about. We make cars you can count on, no matter what it is you do. We really pride ourselves on that mass appeal. Our cars have been adopted by just about every class and demographic. They're plenty safe and a cinch to drive, making them popular with all different kinds of people. Lovely. What can I do for you? You interested in a... Oh, hold on a sec. I see that glint in your eye. You're a fan, aren't you? Good catch. My pickup's my baby. Actually, took it out of here with me. Hey, a man of culture. I can tell by that look in your eyes that you know quality when you see it. We pride ourselves on how modular our cars are. They're strong, they're durable, and you can customize them however you want. I saw you walk in and your eyes just jumped right to the suspension and cooling. I know those are popular mods on our models. You're an avid aftermarket shopper yourself. If I had to guess, you know exactly where to look. Oh yeah, guilty as charged. But you know, it takes that same kind of mindset to know people like doing that. So something tells me you're a gearhead yourself, am I right? You got me. I probably spend like half my bonuses on aftermarket mods. I've got some photos of my new project here. You want to take a look? Oh, I'd just be honored. What kind of pimped out ride does an honest to goodness ingot engineer come up with? Now who's slacking off on the job? I was thinking like, fan, like, what, Anias, what are you doing? And part of what makes the job so satisfying is meeting customers and getting their feedback on our products. We really hammer in how utilitarian and customizable our cars are, and that gets a more specific customer demographic compared to Lino. So when I talk to a customer about our models, our aftermarket mods, we really see eye to eye a lot. It's like making a friend. I mean, I imagine Van would consider you a friend in that regard, just because of the shared interest. Right, so have we done all the dots? Is there any more dots? More dots? More dots? No. Right, let's quickly check out the 4SPG then. Down here.
Now, what's it say?
Looks like we got a 4SPG. A new holocore. Spriggan, I've heard that you're a tester for Marduk. With that in mind, could you help test a brand new holocore that's been developed at the Institute of Science? I'll be waiting for you at the Vern store. It's Athena, that one that was like, I can't focus because of the people coming soon or something. Like, huh. Very well. Wait, there's a shop down below? Just noticed that. Oh yeah, there's you. Be happy to answer any questions you might have about weaponry. I'm an engineer, after all. Vern Company weapons have gotten lots of good press for their innovation. Every day now I get orders from the department store over in the capital for new parts and supplies. The manager over there can be a bit obsessive, but once you get to know him, he's pretty sociable. Working with him's a breeze for me now.
Okay.
If there's anything you need or any questions you want to ask, feel free to pull me aside, I don't mind. The company sent me here as a temp. That way we can gather customer feedback straight from ground level.
Do you know what you want?
I mean, that's better. So yeah. Simple as that, really, isn't it? Twin sabers. And that's equipped already. Armor-wise, ooh, that's just better all round, isn't it? For everyone? You need like a buy for everyone option. Because it just takes a little bit of time to get it for everyone. Wait, did I not? Oh no, I don't want to buy it to have a look. What am I doing? Because yeah, accessories. I'm not giving you any accessories, Rosette. Like I sorted loads of things and I completely forgot about accessories on you? Really? Can't believe I've done that. Unless she lost them at some point. Yeah, we'll go with the prevents ailments there. Well, yeah. 75%. Prevents ailments. I'm gonna go with that speed. I feel speed would be nice for her. Just make sure everyone else has still got something equipped. Customize. Take that up. Take that up. How are we looking on
I hope to see you again.
everything else? Where's the orbal part? Just wondering if I could use, like, maybe the elevators here. Or, oh no, they're toilets. Like, get inside and just sit down and be like, why are they not working? Here's the elevators. Can I not use the elevators? That's a bit of a shame. I just can't use them. Yeah, where was the orbal bit? Was that the one up top? Just want to check slots and things. Yeah, modify augment. Because drivers... Because, yeah, plugins is something we should keep looking at as well. Got all the plugins we need. Customize here. Open slots. Because how are we doing on that? Still need quite a bit, don't we? Just need a good place to go level stuff up. Did I get any new cores? Anything at any point? I mean, I should open up your slots here as well, really. And give you something. Something more potentially strength. Although the chronos would be a good idea. Obsidian Ray as well. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Just having those around. I know I've got them elsewhere, but still cover. Did we get any new covers? The 40 years though, is that well done. Well done. Put Aaron's back on. Like, what are these? Like, where are we getting these from? I don't remember. Like, we're just getting them at the end of chapters or something, or did we have them to begin with? I can't remember. I cannot remember at all. What did I want to check?
Shifting to maintenance mode. Modifying your orbment, are you?
I'm wanting to look at
See you again.
slots? No, not slots. That's what we just looked at. I'm wanting to look at the core. So we got the law one there. No. Oh, no, we did get... Oh, no. I was going to say, we got mayor. Like, no, that's the one I started with, and I changed it to law. Yeah. Right. I actually think it's probably best for us to actually end this part here. We did a lot of waffling. Wandering around, getting a few things done here and there, contemplating the size of things and how fast you could travel from A to B in this city. Yeah. It happens occasionally. So, I think we should end this part here, and in the next part we'll see about getting that 4 SPG we picked up done, and then going on to contact Quattro. So we'll see you in the next part. Ta-da for now.